Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from Addison's web series. This time we will be discussing in the beginning with your Addison's disease, and this is within the first 6 months to a year of being on the medication for your Addison's disease. Now, to get into it, in the beginning, after you've done the super jolt of steroids to get you back to life, once they put you on the steroid dose that you will be on for a few months until they do labs again and see where you're sitting and what will be the correct dose, this is pretty much things to look out for and what you're going to be dealing with. Hunger. You're going to be so hungry you could eat a shoe. You're just going to want to eat all the time, every time. Just you see somebody else eat and you're like, well, I think I'll eat too, that looks good. You're just going to eat. You will gain weight, which is good because when you get sick with Addison's disease, you usually are very emaciated and skinny, so it's going to be good to gain the weight. But if you don't watch it, you will become very, very plump. I went down that road of being very plump because you just get so hungry all the time. To know more about getting your hunger under control, reteaching your body what hunger really is, and diet and exercising, I will have a video for that, so check it out. And if you don't see it yet, it will be uploaded soon. Trouble sleeping. The Addison's mixed with the steroids will cause you to have trouble sleeping. It was a lot worse for me in the beginning of my disease, and it's gotten better as it's went on. Don't take your medication too early to bed. Too early to go into sleep. Now, some people do take their medication a couple times a day. I take mine morning and night, and I take mine in the evening early enough before I go to bed so that it doesn't keep me awake. Nausea and vomiting. I don't vomit easy, but if you're somebody who does, you can. But nausea, definitely really, really bad. In the beginning, you're just very, very nauseous. Mind you, if you do vomit, do take the proper steps, stress dosing, and using your shock kit. And you will have diarrhea is something that you will have with the Addison's disease. It is a symptom of it, and once you're on the steroids, for a while you are going to continue to have the diarrhea for a while. But as you get balanced out and you get your body going where it needs to be, you're going to not have as much diarrhea. You'll regulate out. Weird jolts of energy and sometimes rapid heartbeat. I tell you, when you first go on the medication, sometimes you feel like a squirrel. You're just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? You get weird jolts of energy, and sometimes you get like rapid heartbeats. But I will say that if you are having like heart palpitations a lot, or if you do feel like your heart's just beating out of your chest and you're like, definitely let your doctor know immediately. You might have too much medication. Even if it is the beginning, don't ever feel like you're calling your doctor too much. Well, you can, but don't be afraid to ask questions and make sure everything's going okay, because too much steroids can, put you not in a good place. Also, you will have shakes and adrenal fatigue from trying to do too much more than your body can handle, and that can be stuff from yard work to working a job to trying to balance a lot of things. If you have children and a lot of friends, busy social life, you will get adrenal fatigue, and it's something that will not go away. You will have for the rest of your Addison's disease, which means the rest of your life. And it won't go away. You will see it appear when you try to do way too much stuff. Adrenal fatigue symptoms are shakes, like shaking like this. Your whole body will shake like that. Headache, lethargic, foggy mind, diarrhea, and it just sucks. You're just going to feel like crap. And the best way to make that better is to just tell everybody no and sleep. Just sleep. Eat a good, healthy meal, and just rest and take care of yourself. Anger, aka roid rage, which is a real thing, and the more stressed out you get, the more busy you get, the more stuff that's on your shoulders, the more it becomes harder to deal with the anger and with the roid rage, and it makes it just very hard to deal with. You will have more outbursts, you'll become more snippy, more bitchy, to be honest, in lack of a better word. But I will say, do not use it as an excuse to turn into a complete butt-headed person, don't use it as an excuse for that. Do know what the roid rage is. You can sense and feel it kind of like wafting over you like a little angry gremlin trying to nip at you. You do know when it's coming around, and definitely know how to control it, because there's no reason to use it as an excuse to be a rude-ass person. And I will say, when you take stress doses, it will increase the jolts of energy, rapid heartbeat, and roid rage. And sometimes it can be hard for people to understand when you take a stress dose and you get like snippy and just some people don't want to understand it and they get pissed off at you, and sometimes you're just like, I had to take a stress dose to take care of myself, sorry, it just happens. Sometimes you can't control the snippiness and the roid rage, but if someone calls you out on it, you can try to handle it, but usually it just pisses you off even more. But pretty much, once you get to the point where you'll be on the medication dose for about 6 months before they'll do your labs again, everything will balance out. You'll get your balance back, because I had poor coordination with my Addison's disease leading up to it and getting medicated. I dropped stuff, tripped over stuff. I just was like a walking accident. I was so clumsy, so clumsy. You'll get your coordination back, your mind will become unfogged, you'll wake up again, because you'll know that you're so lethargic right before you start your medication that you just can't do nothing. You'll get your appetite back, you'll just altogether start feeling better, and once you get your medicine on track and to where it needs to be, you will level out. It's just a big rush in the beginning of all these things flooding you, and you'll just basically balance out, level out a little bit more, but you might still notice you will have your salt cravings still, even though you start your medication. I have salt cravings pretty much throughout my disease, but if you notice it as a persistent thing and not just like, oh, a little salt sounds good, if you notice it like you're wanting to eat it out of the salt shaker, definitely talk to your doctor. You may need more medication. But in the beginning, the first year, you still do crave the salt a little bit, but you will notice that you don't need it as much or as crazy as you did before. So basically, that's in the beginning, stuff that you will deal with. Down in the comments below, you can talk to me about your struggles or crazy things that you went through with your hunger or your roid rage or other issues in the beginning of your Addison's disease. And definitely stick around for other videos, because I will cover pretty much every topic you could imagine with the Addison's disease. So if you haven't heard what you want to hear yet, definitely stick around, because I will be talking about it, and definitely see you guys in the next video.